Ain't like I'm still 5 years old, you know? Ain't like I'm gonna be sitting up every night asking my mom, when's daddy coming home, you know? Who needs him?
It's all right to be angry.
How come he don't want me, man?
All us kids with no dads are gonna take over the world.
Hence why the name is Milk Run, you know. Our fathers went to get milk, never came back.
We can restore the balance.
Hashtag no dad gang.
We always end up coming back with milk. Unlike your dad, we'll be here next week. The Milk Run Podcast.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome.
We are back with episode 2.
Episode 2 of the Milk Run
the Milk Run.
Podcast.
The podcast for those who have no fathers.
Those whose dads went to go get milk
And just never came back.
never came back.
And that, for all we know, they're still at 7-Eleven.
Or Coles Express.
Coles Express.
Or
What's up?
Ampol.
Dude, Ample is clutch, though.
Oh, bro, cheap fuel prices.
They have some good
Anyways,
fuels.
we're not shouting out
yeah,
fuel
sorry.
places, man. Welcome to another
back.
episode of the Milk Run.
Yes.
Make sure that if you're not following us on Instagram, you follow us at the Milk Run Podcast. Make sure you follow us. You got to join the hashtag No Dad Gang.
Hashtag no dad gang.
It's a community
Please.
we're building.
Yeah, we're building. Hopefully,
All us kids with no dads are going to take over the world.
please, yeah, come on to Netflix. Oh, wait, what? Instagram.
Netflix.
What was I thinking? Netflix.
Come on to
Please,
Netflix.
come follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, join the community, subscribe to our
yes.
YouTube, or make sure you follow us on Spotify as well. Stay up to date with everything that is happening. Instagram is the best place for that. But today, episode 2,
How are we?
we're diving into your story today.
My story. Wow.
Your story, Efra. How you feeling from the outset?
I feel good. I feel really comfortable right now. I'm not gonna lie.
You look comfortable.
I'm pretty buzzed up on energy drinks right now. And
I'm
coffee.
all hyped up on Mountain Dew.
I'll put that clip in.
Have you ever seen Talladega Nights?
No, I didn't even know what you just said.
Bro.
Talladega Nights. What?
Talladega.
No.
Okay, so this shows our slight age difference.
Yeah.
You know who Will Ferrell is?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Flipping, because you're about to get a smack.
I know. Elf.
Yeah, okay.
That's how I.
That's one of the classics.
Yeah.
Anchorman.
Anchorman is classic.
Anchorman 2.
Yeah, 3.
There is no 3.
Is it no 3?
No, there's no 3.
Hold on. Is it
There's
no
no
3?
3. Unless you watched the bootleg Chinese version.
Oh, that's why he looked more Asian in that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Talladega Nights was a movie where he was a NASCAR driver, Will Ferrell.
Oh.
And he was like, it was like Texan type vibes, and one of his kids was a little psychopath, and his famous line was, "I'm all hyped up on Mountain Dew."
Wait, I think I've seen this around. I probably would
You
have.
probably have, man. Everything gets turned into reels these days.
Do you know those big Instagram part 1 and then you're still there with
yeah.
part 300?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how I watch my movies now. I'm not kidding. Yeah.
really, bro.
Yeah, dude.
So what? You just scroll to the next part of the movie?
Literally. All right, so this is my bad habit that I've been doing.
Let's hear
recently. So on Netflix, when you swipe out, it becomes this little tiny cube on the side of your screen.
Yeah.
So
Where's this going?
I put on a show or something. I don't even put 100% focus into it. But then I'll go on Instagram while the show's playing.
What?
I know.
Were you an iPad kid growing up?
1,000,000%.
Did your mum get you an iPad?
So, well, we needed it for high school.
Okay.
Yes.
Rewind a little bit.
Yeah.
When you were in kindy, primary school
Yep.
times,
Yep.
did you have technology?
Yep.
If you went out in public with your mum,
I reckon the iPhone would have just came out.
and you would have been watching stuff on the iPhone.
Oh wait, no, that's not. I'm like the start of Gen Z.
Yeah, okay.
Does that make sense?
Well, you strike me as an iPad kid.
But I am for sure an iPad kid. I was like, Mom, no, let me play my Minecraft.
Well, I can't even understand how you would watch Netflix and scroll Instagram at the same time. Your dopamine receptors must be fried.
I don't know why. I just need. I get bored on.
Wait, here's
Instagram.
one. I can't eat a meal without there being some type of something
In the background.
in the background.
I mean, understandable if you're by yourself, but
I'm talking
with someone else. Say,
unless they're interesting.
So you have to be entertained at all
Yeah,
times.
if they're boring, then I'll watch Netflix in the little box and scroll on Instagram at the same time.
It'd be interesting.
Just kidding.
It'd be interesting to get a or I don't know, whoever does ADHD, a doctor to come in and assess both of us.
Your dopamine receptors would be fried, bro.
Dude, I can't. It's so. Dude,
Can
I
you
watch.
sleep?
Yeah, I sleep really well. I'm like a baby.
Oh.
Like, but when, for example, when I'm watching a Netflix show, I'm interested, but I get bored, so I need to do something else.
Wow, man.
Anyways, okay.
That's really interesting. Well,
That's because having
F-rap.
no dad.
it's because my dad left me.
That's your fault, Dad.
Yeah, that's your fault, Daddy. I'm all hyped up on Mountain Dew.
I still don't know this reference.
You gotta watch it, man. Dear
Anyways.
Lord, baby Jesus. You seen that one?
No, I haven't.
Oh, someone's saying movies, so of course you haven't. But moving on.
Moving on. Let's get out.
I want to hear your story. So, the Milk Run podcast, it's a podcast for people with no dads.
Yes.
Made by people with no dads.
Yes.
That's me and you.
4 people with no dads.
Yeah, I said that at the start.
Did you say
Yeah.
that? Dude.
4 people with no dads. By people with no dads. 4 people with no dads.
Just so
I
people.
like it. Just
Yeah.
so everyone's clear.
Yeah. Anyways, so a bit about my story.
Yeah. Let's get into
Let's
your
just
story.
let's just jump into it.
Let's jump into it.
All right, let's go get this milk.
Ooh.
You like that?
Let's get this milk.
All right. So,
I like it.
like Jake said, mine happened during New Year's as well.
Are you a September baby?
I'm a September baby.
Get out of town.
Crazy, right?
This was meant to be.
I'm 24. Not my age, but 24th.
Yeah, I know.
So
I gathered that. I'm the 12th.
You're the 12. Wow, 12 days before mine.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, don't worry. Wait, can I ask you one question before I get into mine?
Yeah.
Did 9/11 really struck you? I know it wasn't around when you were born, but I just want to know. Because you would have been alive back then.
Yeah, I was definitely alive, bro.
Were you too
But
young?
I was flipping 5 or 6 years old.
Were you like...
I don't even remember. I don't remember. TV, bro, we barely even had a TV
Really?
when I was that age.
Oh,
It was still a box, bro. It was still a flipping box with the antennas on top. And you would have to adjust those antennas
to get the right...
to get the right signal. And
frequencies,
even
yeah.
then, it was still...
A bit...
Buzzy.
Dude, I'd be frustrated. I'd probably break the TV.
Yeah, well, your generation would be my generation, man.
We had Foxtel.
I was too poor to have Foxtel.
No, we didn't have Foxtel, but my generation had Foxtel.
Did you, like, all my friends, bro, when I would go to their houses, man, all these kids with dads, you know what they had? You know how I knew they
Foxtel.
had dads? They had freaking Nickelodeon.
Oh, dude.
They had freaking Disney Channel.
Cartoon Network. That was, bro,
Cartoon Network. And every time they'd have
Goated.
that weird Ozstar remote,
go, dude. Oh, yeah, yeah.
and I'm like, I go there, I'm like, what's this
Whoa, we
thing?
just said All-Star. That's...
What's this thing? And so if you're from any other part of the world, in Australia,
It's cable.
you know, I wouldn't know what the equivalent is, but basically you pay for this box that comes
Yeah.
and you get channels like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
But if you were fatherless and poor,
Yeah, you just had...
like you and me,
ABC3.
well, back in, bro, ABC3 wasn't even a thing.
No!
It was ABC.
Dude, so you never had ABC3?
No.
Dude, ABC3 was goated.
Well, eventually ABC3 came out. I think I was a teenager.
But you would have been a teenager. You'd have been like, Naruto.
Nah, I didn't watch Naruto till I was an adult.
Dude,
And it changed my life.
I'm so impressed by you.
So they would get the box, right?
Yeah.
And you would pay a monthly subscription. It's like Netflix,
Yeah.
right? And of course, it was too expensive for my household.
Yeah.
So when I would go to my friend's house, they would be watching Nickelodeon.
American TV.
Yeah,
Essentially.
and living their best life.
It is, yeah.
And then I would go home and
Just cry.
just cry myself
Yeah.
to sleep, man.
Anyways, all right. So a bit
Let's
about
get
my
into your story, my
Should we
man.
jump into my story?
I'd love to hear it.
So in 2001, 24th of September, a little Asian boy was pooped out.
Okay, can I stop you there?
Yeah.
Is that how you think babies are born?
Well, I definitely wasn't pooped out, but every other people, yeah. I got cut out.
So you realize that babies don't come out of people's butts.
Gen Zs, we all think it does. Wait, what?
You're pulling my leg.
Yeah, you're pulling
For
your leg,
sure.
right? What? No, I know.
I was really concerned about your mental well-being.
I say pooped because it's just. I said pooped because it's so
Okay, I get it.
It's just easier rather
So you
than
got pooped out
getting birthed out.
on September 24, 2001.
Yes. So this is gonna be. So my story is basically around the world story. You know, I know a bit of internationality into that one.
I like that.
Yeah. So it started in a small country of Indonesia. I don't know if you've actually heard this.
Ooh.
Have
I
told
don't
you?
think I've heard the full story, man. So I'm actually really keen.
So it started. Well, all right. So let's go from here. I was a little boy. Wait, no. Actually, let's start from the very start. Hey,
Let's
My
start
ADHD
at the very beginning.
at the very beginning. All right. So when my mum was, I reckon, 21, maybe 22.
Yeah.
There was a massive war in Indonesia. Please fact check us if I'm doing this wrong. All the Indonesian people.
There was something going on
There's some war happening in Indonesia.
when
right?
your mum was 21.
Yep. And so essentially, so this was because of race, politics, all that. It's always one of those, right?
Yeah.
Those guys never had fathers, that's why.
They're part of the no dad
No
gang.
dad gang.
They got that small peen energy.
But essentially, all the darkest skinned Indonesian people were killing all the Asians, all the Chinese
Shivers, man.
looking Indonesians, and so mum had to flee the country.
So your mum she looked Chinese?
Oh, look at me. Do I look Chinese?
Was she Chinese?
Was she is Chinese?
Well, you're telling me she's in Indonesia at 21.
Yeah.
And they're
So-
killing people who look like they're Chinese.
Look-
You didn't give me that little piece of information that your mum actually was Chinese.
So all right.
I feel like that's important.
Mum is Chinese, Chinese Indo.
Great.
All right. So let me get. I'll circle around. I'll circle back around to that. But essentially, mum had to flee in a ambulance with dead bodies. Well, pretended to be dead bodies.
Ooh.
Crazy, right?
She pretended to be dead.
She had to pretend to be dead to get out of the country.
Sheesh, man.
And for all those who know me, my last name is Bong.
Bong as in...
Bong.
Oh, so as in...
Do you know what it is? Yeah, a beatboxer. Yeah, exactly. And long story short, it's a whole different thing over there. It's not a bong that you smoke water with,
Yes.
but it's an actual Asian Chinese name. So mum had to flee in a ambulance, right? So she had to get fake documents. So my name should be Lamb.
L-A-M?
L-A-M. B.
Huh.
Like a ba.
Oh, lamb.
Lamb.
Ooh.
That's also another very popular Chinese last name.
Okay, cool.
And so mum fled the country, went to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. And so that's where my mum met my dad. I believe mum was working and met my dad. That's literally all I know. Yes.
Wow.
Wow, right? I wish I could tell you guys more, but I literally have no clue. And I'm assuming around New Year's, my mum and my dad did the thing.
What thing?
Did the thing.
Yeah.
9 months later, I was born.
Yeah,
In
you pooped out.
Pooped out in September 24th. So when I was born, so mum was pregnant and she went back to Indonesia where I was born. So I was born. I've got an Indonesian birth certificate, but then she went back to Japan again.
So ethnically,
Yes.
what does that make you?
So ethnically, in my blood, I'm half Chinese, half Japanese. But
Yes.
mum is a 5th generation Indonesian. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get
Yes.
you.
So I literally have no Indonesian blood in me.
But you are Indonesian.
But a lot of Chinese people migrated to Indonesia.
Yep.
Like Chinese people migrated everywhere.
Yeah.
So Indonesia was just one of those countries that was easy to get to. So I guess my ancestors went to Indonesia. Met my dad, and essentially I was born, right?
Yep.
Went back to Japan, and so I stayed there for maybe a year of my life. So that's when my mom and my dad were still pretty good together.
Yep.
And from what I've heard, things happened, and we just had to go back to Indonesia.
Yep.
So, and then ever since then, I was in Japan for maybe a year of my life. Went to Indonesia for 5 years of my life, if that makes sense. So I lived in Indonesia 5 years, and then mum was like, you know what? There's a better country out there. That's the United States. No. America. And mum moved all of me and mum to Australia. And that's literally the whole story.
So you've had no contact with your dad.
I don't even know what he looks like.
Do you know his name?
Yes.
You don't have to say it if you want to keep it a secret for now.
I'm going to tell people.
Okay, go.
Everyone's going to literally shake to their boots because the name is so cool.
Yeah, go.
Akira Yamaguchi.
Get out of
Dude, I have a Japanese name.
What's your Japanese name?
ASKA Yamaguchi.
I hate being white.
So
I
do
literally hate being white. You know what my name is?
Tell me your name.
Jake.
Jake.
Yeah, that's it.
Just it. What's your last name?
Secret.
Jake Secret.
Yeah. No, my last name is Minchio. It's Italian,
It sounds
but I'm not Italian. So my last name comes from my 2 older brothers. It's their dad's last name.
Wow.
And I wear that last name as a badge of honor.
I love it.
And that's who I am. And so I'm a Minchio. Technically, my last name should be Challand.
More like challenged.
That's literally why I decided that's never going to be my last name.
I love Challen though.
Yeah, but then everyone will say Jake Challenged. And because I drowned as a baby and got slight brain damage, they'll say, well...
We need to go back into that topic when we do speak about that.
Yeah, we'll get... Man, there's
That's
so many
crazy.
stories and we got the rest of our lives to tell them.
We do.
So that's pretty crazy. So
yeah.
say his name again one more time.
ASKA Yamaguchi. Oh wait, that's my
No,
name.
you've got to say it like that every time.
Akira Yamaguchi. Oh, bro. Dude, crazy. He's an anime character.
Dude.
Tell me that's not...
Dude.
I picture him riding a motorbike.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's how I pictured him growing up.
Yeah, dude.
But again, like Jake said, I resonated with Naruto a lot. Not because I'm half Japanese, but
And not because you have the coolest name ever.
cool. Yeah, but for those who haven't seen Naruto, essentially he doesn't have any parents,
Yeah.
and so I had a mum, but that aspect of not having a parent really resonated with me. And so that's probably why I love Naruto so much.
Bro, anime out here raising good young men.
Good young man.
Well,
Yeah.
some anime. Some
Eventually-
anime is very
yeah.
questionable with the
Yeah, don't watch some crazy anime. Alright, when I was younger, I used to watch this anime called High School DxD. Have you heard about this one?
Nah.
Okay, so my friends were like, you need to watch this. The storyline was mental.
Yeah,
Right? And then, but the only crazy thing is nudity was crazy as well in that.
yeah. Yeah, okay, so you're
That show.
basically just watching hentai.
Soft core hentai.
Shivers.
But in my head, I didn't know.
Oh, you were like, oh.
Because the whole...
Oh, this is what anime is.
And it didn't go in until episode 4 that everything started showing.
Oh, so you already invested.
Episode 1 to 3 was such a good storyline about like...
It's like Game of Thrones, bro. I started watching Game of Thrones with my family.
Oh,
And you can imagine, bro.
Bam.
Is it not weird? Did you ever watch any movies or TV shows growing up when there was like, where like boobies came on the screen and you were there with your mum?
I'm laughing because you said boobies.
Were you?
Yeah, but I wouldn't. Mum would be like, close your eyes. And I'd close my eyes.
My mum would be like, yeah, close your eyes or hide behind the couch.
But
She's
you're like...
Oh, bro. I used to peek around the corner, bro. So my mum, she would watch, and I think a lot of why I'm traumatized is because she would watch horror movies.
Oh.
But like after she'd sent us kids to bed.
Yeah.
And so as you're in the dark,
Yeah, you're
all
with your
you'd hear
thoughts.
is,
Yeah. You never forget your first horror movie.
bro. So
So scary.
here's one. One time I hear mum watching a horror movie. I'm like, man, I want to go see what that's all about.
Oh no.
I go out. I'm hiding behind the couch where she's sitting. She has no idea I'm there. It was a movie called The Tooth Fairy. Okay? It doesn't sound scary. But
No,
it was
'cause-
flipping frightening. And
Yeah.
basically it was this demonic entity called the Tooth Fairy that would basically flipping kill people. And it couldn't go into the light. And so, oh man,
Oh,
it's just,
so that whole concept, and you know, when you sleep, you have to be in the dark. So yeah,
yeah, bro.
I get that.
That whole night, bro, I put that lamp on.
I get that. Yeah, and I can't sleep with the lamp. So
Oh.
even when I was younger, I had to.
I was terrified of the dark. Bro.
Really?
Were you?
Yeah, there was a point where I slept with the door open, but I still need like complete darkness with me. I got ADHD like you do, and so if I see a flicker of light, I'm like,
What else?
my eyes are open, by the way, guys. So just so everyone knows. Oh no, okay. Going back to the story. So we went to Australia.
Yep.
Love it, Australia. Australia is probably. I'm not being biased, but I'm gonna straight up say we are the best country in the world, in terms of healthcare, in terms of everything. Right? There's just so many much opportunities.
So many much.
Opportunities
Yeah.
in this country, and so that's why Mum even made us come here in the first place. At the start, it was really hard, right? So we lived in a 5-bedroom in a share house.
Oh, true.
Yeah, in a share house. This
You
is
and
when
your
we
mum?
first landed in Australia.
So, are you an only child?
No, but my little sister came 10 years later.
Okay, yep.
So basically, all my life I've been an only child, but it was just Mum and I.
Let me just say, you don't give off only child energy,
Really?
and I think that's a really big compliment
Thank you.
because I know some only childs.
Yeah. What is? I
wanna
never
punch
understood that. What is that? What does only child mean?
I think it's when it's when you're an only child, and you're spoiled.
Or you're entitled to things.
Yeah. So like you always got what you want,
Yeah.
but then also you don't have the brothers and sisters around you to
Humble you.
well, to punch you,
Yeah.
kick you, yell at you,
Yeah.
bring you down a notch,
Yeah.
and you don't learn social skills as well because
Yeah.
you're an only child. So I know a lot of adults. One in particular comes to mind. Producer Sass will know who I'm talking about. They were a successful business person, and they were an only child. And I remember saying to Producer Sass one day about this person who she was working with at one point. I said, I guarantee you that man was an only child.
And he was?
And producer Sass says, there's no way. There's no way. No way. Anyways, what does she find out?
Only child.
Only child. Because you can pick them.
Wow.
But with you, I wouldn't be able to tell. You're very well rounded.
I got really humbled when I was younger, though.
Did you?
But I'll tell you more in detail.
Well, tell me.
Soon.
What happened?
As soon as... just because eventually I got a stepdad.
Yeah.
But it's part of this...
Okay. Yeah, you go.
So, okay. So we lived in Sunnybank first.
Yep.
With this share house. Lovely couple. They loved us. So at first... And then there was like 3 other people that lived downstairs. So it was weird dynamic because I've never... So back in Indonesia, we were pretty well off. Because mom had her own business over there. And I had a maid just for me. Right? And so I was like, yo, I'm going to be
That's
like
kind of
this
sick, man.
in Australia. But it's pretty common over there because maids are
Yeah.
really cheap. But coming to here, you go back to baseline, you know. You're starting from scratch. Mum worked at a Chinese restaurant. I'm here with a bunch of white kids.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, what the heck? There's not many people that's like me. But funny enough though, on my first day of school, I met somebody who spoke Indonesian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they were full Indonesian.
Could you speak Indonesian?
So at the time, I could speak English, but not
Very
like,
well.
not like me right now.
Yeah.
So I met someone that spoke Indo, and that was such a blessing. Cause what the heck? What? I'm still so surprised how that even
totally.
happened. And then we lived in Sunnybank for a year, and then Mum decided to move to Ipswich.
Interesting.
Oh my goodness. I don't enjoy Ipswich. I'm so sorry whoever lives in Ipswich right now, but Ipswich is
What it is, mate.
what it is. It's a hole.
Hey, everybody has a butt crack.
And that's Ipswich. Well,
You
the
don't-
reason why
Do you apologize to your butt crack for being a butt crack?
quite a bit, yeah.
Well, look, all I'm saying is if your body has a butt crack,
Own it.
every country has
Has a
a
butt
city
crack.
that's a butt crack.
And that's Ipswich.
Well, for you it might be. I'm not saying it
No,
is
the
for
reason
me.
why I say it's a hole. It's not a. It's a.
It's a hole.
It's a little. It's a little hole.
It's a butthole.
Guys, we need to put can we put like geography up real quick? I don't know if it's possible, but essentially it's a ditch. Ipswich is it's in a ditch.
There you go.
Yeah, people say that, not just me.
Yeah.
But that's why it gets really hot or really cold, and it gets really dusty because it's in a flippin' hole.
Dude, it actually sounds like every butt crack I've ever known. It's
That's
a hole
probably
and it
'cause
gets dusty.
It's probably because it's in a hole.
Yeah.
Right. So we lived in Ipswich for
What
3
was that?
years.
What was that?
I said, how many butt cracks have you known?
Producer Sass asked, how many butt cracks have I known? Probably 3.
There you go.
Have you? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've met
Not in a weird way.
countless
We're all
of
mates.
buttholes. Yeah, I could name 3 at the top of my head right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's not weird.
Can I name them?
Okay, so like mooning was a huge thing when I was a teenager.
Mooning, showing your butt. Is that showing your butt?
Bro, every bus ride
That's so
ever
weird.
at school, you would have at least one guy put his bare cheeks on the bus window at a car next to us every time. So I've seen a lot of butts, a lot of cracks.
Let me show you a video later.
Is it? I don't know if I want to see that.
No, it's just my butt.
I don't want to see
Anyways,
it.
alright, so moving on. So we lived in Ipswich, loved it. And then my stepdad came into the picture.
Yep.
So he was there. My stepdad is the man, right?
Yeah.
He helped us get out of Ipswich and move to the Gold Coast.
Oh, come on.
That's a tier and a half, right?
That's like moving from the butt crack
Into like the forehead.
into the forehead region.
Is that good body? I don't know.
I like foreheads.
But when I was younger, I really struggled with one thing that I'm thinking of right now.
What was
Can
it?
you read it? No, you can't.
No, I can't.
But abandonment, right?
Yeah.
So I used to, when mom dropped me off to the daycare, I used to cry. Even, I think, up to I was maybe grade 8.
Yep.
I used to just cry because I thought mom has abandoned me. But that, I think,
Really?
yeah, crazy, right? And I had a lot of anxiety thinking back at my life.
When I think back, I think
Right.
I had real similar stuff.
Yeah,
I hated being alone as a kid,
it's so scary
but now as an adult, can I tell you, there's nothing better.
to be alone.
Oh, bro,
Facts.
like just being alone, just like
I agree.
just doing nothing.
What are you? Are you a
I'm
introvert? I mean extrovert?
I'm straight. Is that what are you asking?
Are you introverted or extroverted?
Oh, I would say that I am an introverted extrovert.
Let me challenge you on this one.
Yeah, go.
There's no such thing because do you know why extroverts are so extroverted?
Why?
Because we need that time alone in order to be like that.
That's called being an introverted extrovert.
You're just putting those two words together, but I see it as a big. Don't worry.
No, go. A big what?
I can't.
You can't think of a word, so you're moving on.
So moving on from
Here's
this.
the thing. I am extroverted in the sense that I do enjoy being around people at times.
Yes.
Like, I find most people insufferable, but there are some.
But that's when you need to go home and be by yourself, right? To just recoup.
Yeah. No, I do love people. I love being around people, but I also reach a limit,
Yeah.
and that's me. But I'd love to talk about this whole abandonment thing in the next episode, because that's a big deal.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think, obviously, to a degree, I mean, there's always more to the story.
Yep.
But to a degree, we were abandoned as kids.
Yep.
And that has a lasting effect on our lives. So let's explore next episode how it's affected us.
Yeah.
But thank you everybody for tuning in to episode 2
Episode 2
of the Milk Run podcast. Hashtag No Dad Gang. If you want to get involved in our community that we are beginning to build, make sure you follow us on Instagram, like us on Spotify.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
It's all the places.
Please help us out. We're about to go get some milk now.
We're going to go get some
we'll be
milk.
back.
We'll be back. We always end up coming back.
With milk.
Unlike your dad, we'll be here next week.
Lactose and soy milk.